Good morning. Good morning. It is 3/17, so March 17th, 6:33. Meant to say the date first, but ended up coming out as the time. Hope everyone's doing well. Just waiting for the guys to hop in. So,
Oh, what's good?
yo, what's up, buddy?
What's up?
Not much. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome, man.
Sure.
Just got a journalist trade I took last night.
Oh, nice one. Nice. It's a
Appreciate it.
little swing trade.
Yeah. So, I was up this morning. I had a drive with a client, and I ended up closing a certain percentage. Price form support over here. I'm just trying to journal it, figure out. Hold on, what did I do exactly? What's up, guys?
Morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, man. Price was coming back. So price was coming back into the range. So what I was doing was closing 50 because it was reacting to this zone over here with this this wick, and started coming down, making lower highs. So what I did was I closed one of the positions. And then I just let the rest run, and I secured another percentage up here at like, I don't know how many pips. Awesome. And then looks like I got tapped out right here with this wick. All right, cool. So I'm going to explain GJ for you guys right now. Happy St. Patrick's Day, James.
Oh yeah, thanks. Doesn't feel like it at all because normally there's parades and everything on around the place, but this
I bet.
same as last year as well. Actually,
I bet.
they're bigger in New York though.
Oh, I know. Trust me, gets crazy over here. So yeah, it looks like obviously we've been in our bullish trend over here on GJ, and we've just been making higher highs, higher lows, continuously, just coming up, making these lows, these liquidity grabs over here with these wicks, coming right back down, forming support, and then making their higher highs and higher lows. Right? So with GJ over here, what happens is it grabbed that liquidity, and that's what I predicted last night. And what I was saying, and the reason I took that swing trade right over here is because we came right back into a range. So if you look over here, you have a support. Let's get rid of these. You have this support over here that we retapped 150, 800, but we formed this support over here, and this was kind of like a fake out where price grabbed liquidity, came right back into the range, and when it was forming support here on the 4-hour, I was anticipating price to continue bullish, and I ended up securing up here because you're never going to hope in the market. There's no hoping, and with price reaching new highs up here, retesting 150. 152, it could very well pop through the top of this, but it could also respect this resistance and continue down. So you're going logically based on what you're seeing. And when I was up this morning, I see price reaching this area and it tapped 152 one more time. And that's why I secured up here. And I moved my stop loss to break even. This was my trade. So I entered right here as price on the 15-minute and 30-minute. We're closing above this range. So if you look over here, so you could just put it right there if you want. But after this candle closed above the range, that's the 30-minute, 15-minute. So this 15-minute closed above the range, but I'm taking it based on the 4-hour on how it came out of that range and formed the support. No bottom wick on this candle right here, anticipating price to come up to this zone over here and then continue right back up to 152. So that's why I took that. Now when it was ranging over here, forget this happened right here. Hold on. So forget any of that was happening. As you could see, price was reacting to this zone up here and starting to come down. So it was making this high, then it was making lower highs over here. So I just ended up closing 50% of one. And then what happened was we started making a support over here. So we had this consolidation. Price came up, made a high. Normally, when it's consolidating like that, it'll come up, make a high, make a nice push through, and then come back to retest the consolidation over here. Right. So when it started making the support right here, that's when I ended up just moving my stop loss because it should respect my stop loss. It should respect this area right over here. Right? So price moved all the way back up to 145. Or no, to 152. I'm sorry. I secured around like 40, 45 pips, and price came all the way down. When I secured, I moved my stop loss to break even. Ended up getting worked out right here. Should have given it some room to breathe, but you know that I'm not much of a swinger quite yet. I just scalp. I turn my scalps into swings, but this is something I've been watching for the past couple months with GJ. Once it makes this high up here, comes down, creates that support, and then continues bullish. So right now we're in this bullish trend. What's up, everyone that came in? Gary, Justin.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How about you?
I'm doing good, thanks.
You have your pack of smokes after your workout?
Yeah, it was a nice recovery.
There you go. Your Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Thought that was funny. What's up, Gary?
Yeah, all good. All good.
So right now, this is a good opportunity for a buy. We do have this area right over here, but we created this resistance up here. We rejected with this area. So this candle has no top wick, but what it tells me though is that price came all the way down and kind of catapulted itself up. And there's complete momentum coming into the market with this candle creating a bottom wick, and now it's starting to shoot up. You get a clean move to the left. The only issue is 152 is a critical level. So this is actually a great opportunity right here. I'm just not going to take it because I already took a trade last night. But this is something you could be looking at. But right now, today, we have FOMC. And that's why gold is ranging right now. Gold is in a bullish trend. It broke the bearish trend right over here, right? And now it's been in this bullish trend. I see, either price coming down to retest this area and continue bullish, or break through the support and continue bullish. I don't see any kind of sells until we break and close below this area over here. This is some selling area because you got that clean move over here to the left, but also we're in a bullish trend over here coming up from 1680. So that's what I'm looking at. You get a clean move over here. Clean move over here. Once we break out of that resistance over there, we can continue up. Is anybody looking at anything?
I'm looking at GG. I want the 1 hour to close above that 4 hour resistance. And I can set a chart if you want that. I
So,
have it
right over
yeah,
here?
like this one. Yeah, one candle closed there, but I want like the 1 hour to close above that zone.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I'm gonna wait for the 1 hour to close there, and then form the next 1 hour to form a bottom wick, and then enter like buys or some shit.
You're saying right here.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
Yeah, so I'm
Right,
waiting
safe.
to see that.
Good stuff, man.
Thank you.
Good,
All right.
thanks. Let's see. I do like the opportunity from here. Let's see. Before. Oh, what's up, before?
Not much. I just drew that chart. Do you think I was supposed to put the support below that wick or the place where it's at? Is that okay?
Well, first, I think you mean 151, right?
Yeah, 151. My bad.
Okay, no, it's all good. And your support, you're saying where?
Like right there, like where that line is.
Yeah, this is perfect.
That's fine, right? Okay.
Yeah,
So
100%.
would you recommend like taking a buy for like that first bullish candle after the bearish one or for
What
the
you
next one?
what you could do, anticipating the clean move, anticipating the fact that we are in a bullish trend right over here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in this bullish trend. We created the high, came down, closed bullish right over here. As this candle came down to form its bottom wick, and then past the high of that candle, you could have entered.
Like an
Or
impulse entry?
yeah, could have been an impulse entry just because we're in a bullish trend and we're coming back up because we already created this high up here, anticipating price to continue bullish.
So if I ever come to the chart and I already see like both those bullish candles formed and I still see that there's enough range to play in, would you recommend still getting into the trade or no at that
Yeah,
point?
there has to be enough range right in here,
Okay.
right?
Um,
So let's take a look at what GJ's doing over here. We got Christian coming in.
now it's just shooting up. Now there's not enough.
Yeah, now what you would want to do is wait for the retest.
Okay. Okay.
But that would have been a good
Solid trade. Okay.
because you do have this area over here, this zone, but you have clean candles recently, right over
Yeah.
here. And if you drop down to the lower time frames, you could see it's probably Christian. Oh, Gary. What's up, Gary? I'm gonna take a look at that in a second. You can see the price structure start to change
Mm-hmm.
where we're in this bullish trend over here. You don't want to take any sells below this area. Just want to take a look at this. So you see price rejecting off this area,
Yeah.
and we're making higher highs and higher lows. So you see this support over here is lower than this support over here. And we're grabbing orders and then making this high and coming back down to retest that area over here and then forming support and then pushing up again to retest these highs, but pushing through. Good buys would be in here if you're trading on these lower time frames and looking at them. But over here, price had this consolidation over here, grabbed liquidity at this area, and then pushed right through. So you're anticipating price to continue up and mirror these candles over here to the left, especially with how these candles are so strong on the 5-minute, and it's just pushing through.
Yeah.
But looking based on the higher time frames, which is what we trade, price came all the way up to this little resistance over here, and then this candle came down, grab liquidity, and then pass the high of these candles. If you wanted like a safer impulse entry, it would have been this price past the high of this wick right here. Just anticipating price to continue bullish. Could have put your stop loss a little bit below this wick over here and watched it just continue to climb up.
You wouldn't put the stop loss below it?
Below
the
this?
candle? Yeah.
You could, but anticipating price to respect this area, you would put it right around here. It wouldn't be
Yeah,
below
below-
this wick. You don't want to put it below the 15-minute wick. Not yet, at least, when it comes to like where you're at with your trading. But you could put it like right here, below this candle body.
Mhm.
But I mean, it would be a difficult thing because this is 18 pips right here.
Yeah,
So maybe the candle body you could put it at as like a safer stop loss for you to continue bullish. If price
Okay.
comes anywhere in here, you're closing 50 anyway, because
Yeah.
then you're just going to be ranging.
Okay.
So,
So when
you
I'm
wanna
looking at the 30 minutes, I can just monitor the 15-minute candles, and then if it goes around that point, I can close 50, right?
yeah, you
Okay.
want a safe enough stop loss, but also not too safe. You know, it doesn't have to be all the way down here by this wick.
So would you close
Especially-
50 the second it goes back to support?
Yes, absolutely. The thing is, like, once we already created this, sorry, once we already created this bottom wick and then past the high of this wick over here, we shouldn't be coming back down.
Oh, okay.
Because when did this wick form? So this was like around 6:30. What's up, David? So price came down here and formed a quick wick, formed this support over here, and then ended up passing the high of these candles over here, making higher lows and higher highs. So you just want to dissect your pairing and really get to know it. That's where you get your skill set from.
Okay.
Yeah, safe buys up here. 35 pips right in here that you could grab. Let's see, buys above. Gary, just keep in mind once you get above this zone over here, this is 152. So you want to make sure that you maybe get like a high created and you see price exiting 152. Right. So once you see price exiting 152, creates that high, comes back down to create a support to retest it. That's where you get in. Right over here. So we get some sort of movement where price continues up. Wrong tool. So price continues bullish, creates a high somewhere, exits 152, creates a support and continues up, making higher highs and higher lows. I like how you put safe buys right here. Let's take a look. Yeah, GJ's coming up, and that's a nice candle to mirror right over here. Just document this real quick. Cool. Journal that after. So right now, what you want to do, if you miss this move, I know we just got on the chart, but you journal this and make sure that you catch it next time. I'm going to journal it just the way I explained.
How many pips did you get on that Asian track?
About 40, 45.
Oh, nice. Was it like a 0.5% risk or?
No, I risked 1% total.
Oh, nice.
Just
Nice,
because
nice.
like I don't really hold trades overnight. I'd rather just wait for New York. But this is something I've seen so many times throughout the past couple of months that it's time to execute on them.
Yeah.
Liquidity grab. Would have been an 8-pip stop loss. I had a crazy dream last night.
What was it?
It's I don't even know. I mean, I don't think it would make too much sense to you guys based on like the people I know, and
All right.
it's just like I don't even know.
Talk about it being you catching like a 200 pip move in GG or something.
Oh man, I don't want that to be a dream. I want that to be real life. So what are you doing today for St. Patrick's Day?
Nothing really. I need to reseed a lawn, so that's what I'm doing today.
You have to what?
Reseed a lawn, like the garden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's not really a traditional Paddy's Day thing, but it has to be done.
There you go.
Because the weather is good, like, so you may as well get the garden ready.
There you go. Good shit. Pop on Games in New York real quick. Percentage price.
If that 15 minutes on GJ flips bearish, we close like 50% or no?
If not, if it flips bearish, but if it comes back to your entry, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something like at least me is in my
Yeah.
the thing is, I would have already secured right here anyway. And the reason I put my stop loss at break even already, obviously that's typically in my rules anyway, but normally I've been liking liking to let my trades breathe a little bit. It's cough, so annoying, man. But the thing is, we are coming up to 152, this zone up here. So we could easily reject and continue bearish. So I want to secure where I can. Secure 10 pips up here, secure another at like this wick fill up here, and then, put my stop loss at break even and be more conservative. So let's see. What do we have with our other pairs? Let's break some down. So it looks like EJ here on the 4-hour. We are in this bullish trend, still respecting this trend. No sells. There's going to be no sells on EJ, anything above this trend line over here. If anything, safe sells will be below this area, 129, 180. To come right back down here, you got a sticky zone over here, but then you got 128, 400. We could catch this zone over here. But right here, EJ is forming a support on the 4-hour right here. And it looks pretty similar to what I took last night on GJ. So looking at the 1-hour, looks like we grab liquidity down here. We're starting to push bullish. I would want another bullish candle to close before entering something like this to mirror the candles to the left. You got about 50 pips to play with. Let's call it 45. We could take this thing out. The only thing is what's it called? Economically, fundamentally, with the euro is the fact that we had that AstraZeneca vaccine kind of get delayed when it comes to the blood clots. Not good. And now it looks like we made that push down from 130, 400, and now we're starting to recover from it. Kind of in this little bullish trend right over here, respecting this.
So for EJ, would you be able to take a impulse entry after price passes that like the top of that wick?
I'd want price to close above this area.
Okay, close above that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, wait for EJ to close above here, and then you get a clean move to the left.
So for EJ, do you look for like a break in retest, or do you think it's just gonna move up like with the volume?
Depends on how you see how this 30-minute candle closed below.
Yeah.
So it
Like
got
if it closed above, like if the 30-minute closed above, would you get in on it, or would you wait for like a retest?
depends on the formation. You know,
Okay.
you have a clean move to the left, so you might be able to get a intraday kind of a, you know, just like a nice push up. But the thing is, we're in pre-New York. I've learned my lesson over the past couple of weeks when it comes to pre-New York. That's volume that you'll get in New York instead of pre-New York. So maybe you do want to wait for the retest. It really just depends on the way these candles are printing. Like last night, what I was saying to you with Asian, you typically want to wait for the retest with Asian.
Yeah, there was a retest in Asian, but I don't think there was enough range to play with it after, so I just left it.
There you go. That's good discipline. So I'll just label this real quick for you. I hear my fiance's alarm. Sleeping right there. Got about 32 pips to play with right in here. So that should be nice. Gold's going to be ranging. Justin, what are you looking at with gold today?
Nothing. I don't think I'm going to trade it due to Paul's statement today.
Yeah.
So I'm probably just going to hang tight.
Cool. And you're looking at EJ?
Yeah.
Two of these up here.
Good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
There he is. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
There we go. I don't know why that was so dark. From the Asian breakdown. It's a nice move on GJ right over here. Finally grabbed that move, Giovanni.
I know. You grabbed it at what time?
When did I grab this? Let's see. Right around 7. Here, I have it here. 7:15.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we've been looking at that for weeks. GJ creates its high, comes down, grabs liquidity, heads up for a better price. Yeah, it looks like 150,800 was the zone. And the problem was we were trying to take this. Remember that? That was yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
To retest that area one more time, but it was creating support. So we could be getting a retest right now for a price to continue bullish. But the thing is, it just tapped 152 again. So I don't, I'm not taking any sales until price closes below this area and maybe retest right here and continues down. Even then, sales are kind of nuts when it comes to any kind of pound pair. Extremely bullish. See if EJ, we get that close above. Giovanni, you looking at anything?
I'm just looking at GJ and then waiting for the gold news.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of news coming out. I didn't get a chance to journal my trades yesterday. Gold coming down, maybe to grab a better price, fill this wick over here, retest this area, and continue bullish.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah. Check out our fundamentals. Yeah, it's gonna be big today. Well, that's not good. Ex-Goldman executive bought Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan pad, I'm sure. Read this lady later. GJ's continuing up. So, Gafour, did you end up journaling this?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely something you want to do so that you can catch this next time. You could start studying this move.
All right.
Major FX with very little movement. Wow, that's crazy. So, with everything going on with AstraZeneca, the Thai government reversed its decision to suspend the vaccine, and as they were reversing it, the Thai prime leader took a shot of it. He must have some kind of ties with this company. That's interesting. Bitcoin continued to lose ground after its solid weekend when it traded higher than 62K. Sheesh. Mate's in. Christian, Gary. What's up, Mate?
Boys,
How are you, man?
great, great. You?
Great, man.
Any trades?
I took one last night, so I probably would have taken this right over here. But
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
I had a swing last night in from over here. Ended up closing at like 40, 45 pips up here.
Nice.
After we tapped this area and then closed bullish like this, just because of this area over here to the left. Well, what I did was I secured. I didn't close the full thing, so I secured, moved my stop loss to break even, which was like right here, and ended up getting tapped out. I should have given it some room to breathe, but
Yeah, it was a nice one.
yeah, I'm happy.
Right into 152, right?
Yes.
Yeah, nice one. Nice
At
one.
152. Just wanted to be safe, but.
Perfect.
The thing is, with the market, you always want to you have to live you have to live with any decision that you make. You know, whether it's closing early, whether it's not taking a trade, whether it's you got to embrace every single decision you make because every product of your trading, career, it's all based on you. It's not the market; it's always you. So whatever decision you make, you live with it, and that's it.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's perfect.
You trade.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at. All right, so we're rejecting this area right over here on EJ. That's why you wait for the close. Look at gold. Gold's probably trying to get a better price. You looking at anything, Mate?
No, not really. I'm just journaling this move on gold, but I don't actually like GJ's in that range. Gold is in a range as well, so we don't have a clear direction. So not really.
Yeah.
Just waiting,
Like it, man. Man, I've been up since 1:45.
Hey, you haven't slept at all, man.
No. Well, yeah, I took a little nap when I got back, but that's about it. Kind of gotta move your schedule around a little bit. So let's see what GJ's doing over here. So I think it's coming right back into this area to maybe grab liquidity, form support, and continue bullish. But
Yeah, I'm waiting for a support to be formed, and it'll probably do the wick fill on the 4 hour.
yeah, it should. It should, yeah, because we're, with this 4 hour, we're making a higher low over here. We have a wick to fill, pretty strong bullish candle, but it rejected this area of previous resistance over here. So you know, on the lower time frames, you just want to take a look at what's going on. Then that's when you drop down to the very low time frames. So you have bullish structure over here, price respecting it. So you don't want, you know, no sells below this, or no, you want to wait for sells, no sells above this area, but any kind of sells below here. But right here, you want to see where price is starting to turn. You think price is coming down into this area, forming support somewhere, got clean price action. But right now we're kind of consolidating, but also coming down. "15 minutes snapped all the way back." I think the easiest move we'll get today, besides FOMC with gold, is EJ over here. We just have to close above this area.
Oh, EG looks clean.
I know. Maybe there are fundamentals. All right, decision day of the Feds, semiconductor. So is there anything you guys are struggling with right now, like specifically? Okay, gold.
Yeah, gold is just melting.
Oh yeah. Is there anything you guys want to go over? I don't know, maybe like before, is there anything you need clarity on?
So like just recently, like I was able to like start drawing the support and resistance, which is why like I'm even like getting into trades, because before I didn't even know how to get into the trades
Yeah.
because I didn't even know how to draw the support and resistance. But yeah, slowly, like since that's making sense, I'm able to enter trade. So I guess
Awesome,
like in
man.
the coming days and stuff, like I'll have like specific questions about like when to actually enter the trade and when to like secure profits and stuff. So that's definitely progress, I think.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I'm glad that's starting to make sense to you. Drawing the support resistance, obviously, that's very important. But I told you, just with practice, it'll start to make sense. Justin, I liked your trading plan, man.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yep. So we keep rejecting this area right here on EJ.
So if another bullish candle closes after that bearish candle, I can technically get into a new trade, right?
You can. The only thing is, I'm kind of wary about 152 up here. I think this was kind of the move, and now we have this high that was created, this resistance up here.
Oh,
That if you look here on the 15-minute, you got this area right over here, and this is something that we learned yesterday when we were taking. Where was this? I think it was these cells right over here.
mhm.
What was it? Yeah, I think it was these cells. Yeah. So this candle, we took the cells a little prematurely, what we thought were cells, because on the 1 hour, this was a perfect setup. So if you're looking at GJ and you're seeing this right here, price reacting to 152, it's coming down, it's in a bearish trend over here, right? And then it comes down, breaks through the zone, closes below it, and then creates this low down here. Then it's coming up back into this zone, and you're anticipating price to retest this low down here. So you have all of this that didn't happen yet. That didn't happen yet. So this is a perfect area, and this is what everyone was looking at, and we were waiting for actually for this resistance to be formed over here and price to continue down to retest this wick over here. Little did we know, 15800 was that area that price wanted to retest before it came back up to retest 152. Now it already retested 152. So what's it going to do in this area? Is it going to range, or is it going to continue bearish, or are we going to form support somewhere and continue bullish? But I think any kind of safe buys, like Gary said, are going to be above 152, 100 in this area over here. So what we did yesterday was we were a little impatient.
So what do you think was the reason why that sell didn't work? Like, why do you think it went back up?
Because as I was just pointing out to you with GJ right now, we missed this move over here. All we did was we saw this rejection. We saw that rejection, and we started to see this candle form its bottom wick over here. See that? So it wasn't bullish like this. It already created a top wick up here, and it came down and passed the low of this candle. But what we did was we ignored this area right here. And that's why you always review your sessions. You're trying to see what went wrong, what you could have done better, and what the correct trade was, all that good stuff. So we rejected that area. We should have waited for the close below this area right here.
But that bearish candle did close below, right?
This candle never closed. It rejected.
No, the next one, like the one
Right here?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, so I already took my 2 trades, so I was done by then.
Oh, okay.
This candle came down, closed below, and it looked like it was coming down, but this is just one of those setups where you know it's gonna play out majority of the time.
Oh, okay.
So like this setup right here, this rejection created that resistance and came down. You know, majority of the time this is going to continue down to retest this low.
Yeah. Yeah.
The fact that it reversed and came up, that's just out of your control. That's fine.
Okay.
So now back to where we're at right here, looking at the 30-minute and the 15-minute especially, you see this previous support, price reacted to it, and now you want a close above that area, but by then you don't have much room to play with over here.
Okay.
This candle's dwindling down as well. This 4-hour.
If you're looking for a trade to enter, like, do you look for like at least a 15 pip range or more?
Yeah, I always look for like a 20, 25 pip range, ideally. If it's 15, 18, maybe, and I'll secure it like 7 or 8 instead of 10.
Okay.
It's all relative. Have we put together a trading plan for you yet?
Yeah, you went over like EJ. You said do EJ because
Yeah,
the movements are more like better for like beginners.
they're cleaner. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little bit easier for someone to just starting out to trade.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're rejecting this resistance over here. That's why I was saying instead of waiting for a price to pass the high of this candle over here, you wait for candles to close above that area. And that's where patience comes in. Of
Hey, Stefano, you think you can help me out with something?
course, man.
Can you go on GJ on the 1 hour?
Yes.
Because yesterday I got confused, man. I thought the trend was broken. And I
Okay.
was straight for sales.
Right here. Oh, no, that was this morning. So where are you talking about?
Yeah, zoom out. So that you see that big trend, and then it breaks like around March 15.
The bullish trend?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were in the bullish trend. And then what, right over here?
And let me share it. Let me
If you
send
could send a chart.
because look, I had my trend line.
Let's,
I was expecting price to continue down.
you're talking about right over here? That
Yeah.
trend?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, here. Cool. Yeah, it's always best when you guys send a chart. Yeah, right over here.
It retested that trend line, and I thought it was gonna continue down.
It was perfect. Perfect. And it did continue down. But what it did was it wanted to grab that liquidity down here before it headed up. Because ultimately we're in a bullish trend. That's kind of annoying to do. We've been in this bullish trend and all risk pairs are on. So risk is on for the pound, for AUD, for any kind of risk currencies right now. They're all extremely bullish. We just needed that correction. And as we know with GJ, and the reason I took that swing trade overnight is because we know that when price creates this low down here, I'm not going to take the buy down here. I'm going to wait for this level to break right here for us to enter right over here. And then what I really did was I waited for price to clear. It's just neater. Clear this resistance right here before I hopped in. So I hopped in right here you could have also hopped in right here, taking price all the way up. But that's more for the London guys.
Yeah, because my fibs would have worked out perfectly, but man, I was expecting sells and continue going down.
Yeah, well, this move was correct. Like if you got in on this move, we've seen this many times where price closes below. This was at like 10 or 11 the other day, right? So the move happened late for GJ, but what we did was we closed below that area. So looking at the chart right now, oh, we got Ali coming in. So looking at the chart right now, looking at the 4 hour, you have this candle that closed outside of the range over here. And you could really put this right over here because of these wicks. If you look at the 1 hour, this is the channel. You got these taps multiple times right in here. Then you get the retest of that channel. So back to the 4 hour, you get a strong bearish close outside of the range. And then this candle closed outside as well. We get that perfect retest right up here, right? And then what you could have done is enter, even on the 4 hour, it would have been cleaner instead of the 1 hour where it looks a little messy. Could have probably entered on this candle right here, anticipating price to come down, retest this low, and then continue bearish. But on the 4 hour, you could have entered after the 4 hour candle closed bearish like that, or past the low of this candle. So this would have been your move. Would have been counter trend trading, but we broke out of this channel we've been in since the beginning of March.
Yeah, I think I got confused because they created a resistance there on the 1 hour. And it was creating lower lows and lower highs. So I was like, oh.
But you were looking for sells, weren't you?
Yeah, I was going for sells.
Yeah.
I got 10 pips yesterday of that order. And then
Which
I
one?
didn't.
Off this one?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know, because you texted me about that. I was like, how the hell? I guess you secured at 10, but you had a wide stop loss?
I secured at 23.
23. That's awesome. Hold on, so
I was looking at the 15-minute when I was in the order.
yeah, so where'd you enter on this?
151 and 170.
Right here?
Yeah, and then I took it down to that bottom wick.
Did you enter here at 8 o'clock though, or over here?
Yeah, 8 o'clock. I was holding the order for 2 hours yesterday.
You didn't manage risk up here?
Yeah, I did. I was closing 50%.
Okay, cool. And you just let the
And
rest
then I re-entered at 150, 154.
150. Wait, 154?
Yeah, 150.
154. Got it. Yeah. Okay. As price was coming down.
Yeah, because I saw those rejections and stuff, so I was like, damn, it should continue going down.
Yeah. Yeah, man. 150, 800 was a spot. Price came down, created that support over here, and just created this bullish trend ever since.
So was my trend line on the higher time frame wrong, or?
No, it was correct. Let's see it. Yeah, it's correct. That's exactly where mine is. You get multiple taps down in here. And then obviously where it started down here, but came up here.
Do you think price went up because of news, or just?
No, because when it comes to the economy's opening back up, that's why GJ has been so bullish, and the fact that the yen is so weak. But I keep doing that. So, like, if you look at a lot of pairs like GU, GBP, USD, like something like this will look very similar to GJ on the daily. See, we've been extremely bullish. Money's coming out of the safe havens like the yen. The reason why the yen is so weak is because, look at the yen. The reason the yen is so weak over here is because economies are opening up. Global economies are opening up. So you're able to get these moves on the risk currencies like GJ, GU, AUD, JPY, USD JPY. I mean, USD JPY, USD is stronger just because of the economy opening back up and us being on top of it with vaccines. But oh, here we go. But yeah, that's typically why that's happening and why it's tough to sell any of these pairs because we're so extremely bullish.
So next time I should just like zoom out to like maybe the week. See if
Yeah,
trend-
it's like you see the weekly here. How the hell are we taking any kind of sells? You know, we're looking for the corrections. Don't get me wrong, but there's only been so many bearish daily candles in here. So your best course of action would probably be to wait for the support to form before you continue bullish. Now, yesterday or the day before, it was the day before, was a different story because we're in this bullish trend over here, right?
Mhm.
We're in this bullish trend for so long, and we clearly break out of it. And not to mention, we're up at 152, 152. And 152, the reason I have this box right here is because that's such a strong rejection zone on the higher time frames. And that's the 4 hour, the week, the daily, the weekly price is rejecting from that area. So anticipating that, making equal highs right up here, right? Price came up, created that high, came back down, retested that high and came right back down, closed outside of this bullish trend, and then came up and retested it. This would have been a valid sell right here. Anything below this trend line is a valid sell. But just keep in mind, you get caught on the 150, 800. At some point, it's got to find that support with the correction, grab liquidity, and continue bullish. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, it makes more sense now.
So this is the only
That
valid
was a fake
sell.
out, basically.
What?
That was like pretty much a fake out. That sells.
Right over here was. Like if you look at the 4 hour, look at this. We're in this range over here, right? We break out of the range and we close right back in it. And this is why I took the buys over here on the 4 hour as the 4 hour was passing the high of the previous right over here, and the lower time frames were closing above that resistance on the 15 minute. As I was talking to Gafour about in the analysis channel. But right over here, price is coming up, passing the high of that candle. I've seen this many, many times, anticipating price to at least retest this and then come back up to 152. Literally tapped 152. So this was like a fake out right here. But it was also a liquidity grab to continue bullish.
I want to journal that one. I like that trade.
This one right here?
Yeah, the 4 hour.
Yeah. Yeah, it's why it's so important to, understand the way candles print, understand the way wicks are printing and why they're doing what they're doing. Always ask yourself why.
For confirmation on an order like that, you go on the lower time frames and you look for support to be formed, right?
Well, yeah, what was going on here is last night, we were in this range. We were rejecting this area over here, right? So looking at the 15-minute, last night, all throughout since 11:30, we were ranging. So what you got right here was a range. Price came down, grabbed liquidity. This is like a little fake out if you want to put that right there. Then came right through and closed above the resistance of the consolidation. And when price exits that consolidation, there's a strong possibility that price is going to continue up, especially with the way the 4 hour was looking. So I didn't enter on that 4 hour until this candle closed above resistance.
Okay.
Could I have gotten in at a better price? Yeah, but I wanted to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I took that. We came down, retested that consolidation, just as I was saying, and then we continued bullish.
Thank you.
Of course, man. Who popped in here? Nobody. Oh, man. Looks like this candle. What's going on over here? Now you have about 20 pips to play with right here on GJ. So anticipating price to continue bullish, you would want a close above this area to take this up to retest 152. But that's going to be a riskier trade in my book. That's why I'm not going to take it. But you get that rejection. We are in a bullish trend. It's not like you're counter trend trading. It would be a good trade, just a little bit riskier because we already tapped 152 and we've rejected 152 multiple times.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at that thing.
Right? But you just want to wait for that close above, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe the break of the high, or
It could be, but again, this is a riskier trade that
Yeah.
I'd be taking at least. So I'd want a close above this area, right? We rejected bearish candle right here, bearish candle right here. We also came above that area and rejected already. So
Yeah.
you just want to wait, and then plus you got that support over here. You just want to wait for that close above. And that's it. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't.
yeah. I agree.
Let's see any kind of news. Giovanni, I bet you guys are celebrating St. Patty's Day down there.
Not really, bro. Not really.
No kidding. Not much of that holiday down there, huh?
No, man, they don't really pay attention to that. What are you guys gonna do today?
No, I'm on the 75 hard. I'm not drinking.
Oh yeah, you can't.
Nope. But not that I probably would anyway. I exited that life. You know, like there's got to be a certain point in your life as a young adult where you get over the drinking, you get over the partying, all that stuff. Like there's definitely a time for that. You know, you got to go through that. That's your social upbringing as a young adult and as a kid. Having friends and all that stuff, you know, go out, drink, have a good time, meet new people. But like after a certain point, you grow up, hopefully. A lot of
Mhm.
my friends never did.
Yeah.
So,
You start picking your friends wisely now, man.
exactly, man. And it's funny, the more I get entrenched in the Forex community, it seems like a lot of the people I'm even closer with now are people all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's you guys. You know, we talk on a daily basis. You know, Rakil, you know, that circle as well. It's pretty cool. Sharma, you know, a lot of people that we relate to a lot more. People that want to build businesses, people that want to make a name for themselves, people that want to do good for communities and help other people. It's not many. It's rare to have that mindset today, sadly.
Even if it closes above that wick like bullish, isn't it kind of risky to enter that trade because there's
Yeah.
another resistance at 151,900? Or
Yep.
would you not count that as a resistance?
Well, I would
No,
count
not that. Like the one before that.
right here.
Yeah, around that. Would that count? Would you look at that?
Well, the thing is, with 8 o'clock volume, I would expect price to continue through that. This is only a 15-minute, so
Okay.
I would expect on a 30-minute, you know, if the 30-minute closes above at 8 o'clock, expect price to continue bullish.
Okay.
But again, this is just, you know, full disclosure. I'm not taking this mainly because I already took my trade, but we're forming this support over here, which is nice. You got about 20 pips to play with up here to retap 152. Now, I know this seems, enticing. You want to jump in right now, but you got to be completely okay missing this move if this just jumps up. The main thing you want to do is wait for that close above this area, because majority of the time you get faked out over here and you'll just get stopped out,
100%.
especially the way GJ is. So you always want to be totally okay with any decision you make. And whatever decision you make or whatever happens to you in the market, also, extreme ownership from the course, right? Every single decision I make is on me.
Would you wait for it to close over that wick over there to the left, the bullish wick, or the?
I mean, the stronger the candle, the better. But
Yeah.
also, you want to make sure that you have enough space to play with. You don't want a close over here.
Okay.
Then you probably miss the move. See how prices retracing now? I do think it's going to close above that area, but you could have gotten enticed by this trade and entered up here, ended up getting faked out and price coming in. So the 15-minute closed above this area. And you could get some volume pumping in. We're about to hit 8 o'clock. We got 15 minutes. Normally you get some volume before there.
Would you take an impulse as is passing that wick, or if you were to enter?
That would be a safer move.
Okay.
But you can also take it based on the fact that this candle closed bullish.
Okay.
Also, in your trading plan, you should always look over all the time frames one more time before entering. We have this rejection wick over here. Do we have enough ammo to continue bullish through here?
Yeah, I'm looking at possible impulse entry once we break the high.
Okay.
Very tight stop loss to get that quick one-to-one risk to reward and then securing.
I like it. 4 hours is a strong bullish candle right here. Should be wick. $30-minute past the high of this wick over here.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a 30-minute close above the 800 level. And then just continue bullish from there.
I'm sorry, James, you said what?
I'm waiting for a 30-minute candle close above the 800 level.
I like it.
Because it rejected it twice.
Even safer. So you're waiting for the New York Open.
Yeah, because it's rejected the 800 twice, hasn't closed above it.
Exactly. Smart.
On gold, are you guys waiting for a retest on gold?
On gold. I'm waiting for FOMC.
Are you waiting for a retest on that trend line?
No, because I want to stay out of this. Look at this on the 4 hour, right? So we've been in this bullish trend. I just drew that because it made sense. I was just looking at it. And I was thinking that price going to retest that trend line to continue up, and then FOMC happens, and then we continue bullish through there. No, I don't want to take anything in here right now on gold. This is the 4 hour too. Look at these wicks. It's like it doesn't make any sense to be in this when you have clean moves. Once we break this bullish trend potentially, close below it, and you got a clean move to the left to mirror right back down to 1700. Or we close above 1739, 1740, and we continue back up because this move over here on the 30-minute is clean. It's very clean on the 4 hour, but it's clean on the, you got this move as well. This move. You got a nice clean move to mirror over here. So I'm gonna wait for FOMC, for the reaction to FOMC. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause I had that same trend line and it touched it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times already.
Yeah.
And it finally broke it now. And it closed below. So I was waiting for a retest on that trend line and then to continue price going down to maybe 1721.
And like I said, that definitely makes sense. But you know, you don't want to burn your capital in here and then end up missing the move over here, or trying to catch this move when you have a clean break and retest right over here, right? And you already lost all your trades in here. You can't even take this one, or you have your last trade on this, but you're going to end up at break even because you were trying to play in this. And like for me, I don't want to play ping pong in here. I'd rather wait for the clean move. Like the reason we've been ranging in here is because of FOMC. The reason like DXY right over here, the dollar index has been ranging is FOMC.
And honestly, if I get into sells on gold, I'm going against the trend.
Exactly.
I'm breaking one of my goals. You're right.
I don't see any where is it? There we go, DXY. These are just all the indices I look at. I don't see any sells. We're at 162 for the treasury yield. This should be interesting today too. There's no sells on gold above this area. For me at least. Because you're looking at the higher time frames and you see what it does. Every time it makes these impulsive lows, just comes right back up and retraces. How many pips do you have from here? Last time it made that high? Look at this. About 1,800 pips right here. It's a $180 move after it made that low. So looking at this candle right over here, it also ranged over here and then it came up. Looks similar, but look at this candle right here. Hold on. Looking at this candle and then looking at this candle, right? Now we're ranging in here. We were ranging in here. Price form support and then continue bullish. So right here, we could be consolidating, just grabbing orders right in here and then popping up to retest these highs. So you don't have any sells on gold until we break down here.
Below 1,700. That'll be sells. Well,
No, but below 1720 right over here. Because we've been in this bullish trend, right?
yeah.
So if we break below, this is the key area that I always talk about. Want to mark that off. Anything in here, I'm staying out of. I can wait for this move and I can wait for this move. It's all just smart trading.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So you can take like 3 or 4 trades in here and take loss after loss after loss, or maybe even win some of these. But like you can grab one of these trades and make up your profits for the entire week just from this. You manage it the right way. You know, this is your setup too. Breaks below, retests, comes down, you got a clean move to the left, and you end up risking a little bit more. Instead of 1% or 2%, maybe you risk 3% because that's your setup and you're comfortable with it. And you end up making much more than what you would be making with these little ping pong moves over here, where you'd be risking so little, maybe 1% in here, just to take this move right here. Move to the left. I mean, it is nice, but I don't know. You know that you don't want to trade when price is going sideways like this, especially waiting for a big economic event. Smart, methodical trades. So how's everyone feeling so far? Like, about the mentorship, like obviously we're still at the very, very beginning of our journey all together. So we're also a team. We're also trying to put together different things where we can all get together, or all get better as a group, right? So do you guys have any suggestions on how you think we can all be getting better together in a group? Like maybe I was thinking this yesterday. We have back testing sessions where we all put our input in and we all take a trade, based on what we think. And I place the trade like, all right, this is where the stop loss is going to be for Matei. This is where his entry is going to be. And we just enter those. Or like, James Murray's going to be on there too. And he's like, all right, this is going to be my entry. And we all do that. And we do this on like a regular basis. That's just one of my thoughts. But as a team, how do you do you guys have any suggestions on how do you think we can all get better as a team?
Well, the way me and Nathan have been doing it,
Mhm.
we've been back testing gold, and we've been
Yeah,
doing.
no, I love it.
We've been doing it for like 2 weeks already,
It's awesome, man.
and man, we're starting to get on the same page.
Yeah.
And it's a good feeling. We have the same trade setups. We
I
look
love
for the
that,
same
man.
trade setups.
That's amazing.
So that's a good way that we can probably get better.
Is Nathan your I guess your accountability guy now?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's awesome. Yeah, keep it up, guys. I know Mana is with Noah, right?
Yeah, Noah and Jaden.
Awesome. And let's figure that out too right now. Matei, you're with Nathan as well, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Awesome. Have you guys been keeping up with it?
Yeah, this week I was at school, so not really. The previous week we had a couple of Zooms on the London session. So yeah, we are keeping up and we talk on a daily basis in the Slack group. So
That's awesome.
Good, it's good.
And that's even better than just checking in with each other every Friday. Like if you guys
Yeah,
are all like together on a daily basis, checking over each other's trades. I want to check with some of you other guys. Mana's with Noah. James, are you with anybody right now? If he's busy. Gafour?
No, not yet.
No, you're not. I could see Gafour. I could see you with Ali.
Okay.
Just because you guys are both getting into the Forex market together. Ali, you there with us? I like Ali's name. Ali Morteza put Panju. I think he's probably working. But Justin, are you still talking with Derek?
Yeah, we talk about 2 or 3 times a week.
That's fine.
And it's going good. For the first time ever, I have a written down trading plan, and I actually executed a gold trade here not too long ago, and I was going to send it over. And it's just my computer sucks at Zoom, so I can't hear her talk. So I'm on my phone, so I have to transfer between. I have to send the TradingView link to my wife on Messenger, and then copy that from my phone into the chat. So it's just
Oh my God.
a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna be annoying. Well, if it's easier for you to send charts on Slack, by all means.
Okay.
Would that be easier for you?
Well, it's almost done now, so I'm gonna send it over right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take a
In
look.
the next few minutes. Okay.
And then Gary. Gary, do you have a partner yet? Gary might be busy.
No, I don't.
Not yet?
No, not yet.
All right, so I'm gonna make that a to-do list for me right now. So we're gonna find you somebody that I think what would be good for you is Lee. Gary and Lee.
Yeah.
Lee just bought a house, so he's been pretty busy this week, especially with work. His schedule is like ridiculous, but he's very anxious to get back involved in the group. and in trading and in the market as well, because he's been kind of wow. Look at this. That's why you wait.
I talked to James Murray quite a lot as well.
What was that?
I talked to James Murray quite a lot.
Oh, that's awesome.
We used to talk before we was both in the group.
That's awesome. Good shit.
Someone called this, right? To
What's
wait.
that?
Someone said to wait for the 30-minute close.
I think Matei did. Who said?
No. I was talking about the impulse.
Oh, you were talking about the impulse. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Good thing I didn't do it.
But who was saying they're gonna wait for the close of the 30?
That was nice.
I thought that was you, Giovanni.
No, it wasn't me. I was going for the impulse as well.
This is, like I said, we tapped 150 again or 152 again. So look what happens when we tap 152, and then look at the higher time frames all the way over here. So 152, we're up here. You see it?
Yes.
And now right up here.
Yeah.
We just drop from 152 and in this range over here. Just we always have issues over here. Drop, drops from here, and then this is a previous higher time frame support right over here. Sorry if I'm making it dizzy, but right over here. So 152 is a very legit level that we want to keep an eye on. So that's why I wasn't, anxious to jump in any kind of buys over here, based on the fact that we tapped this morning, and now we're kind of just ranging in here. Any kind of safe sells are going to be below this area. So
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it's dangerous by itself trading like those strong levels. So
yeah. So you grabbed this second candle over here, Justin. Nice. Yeah, you were pointing this out too. Not this morning, but you were pointing out the fact that like when you make this strong bearish candle, there's a high probability of this candle continuing bearish.
Right, and what I also found is that the stops are typically pretty tight on it, which, and if it's going to run, it always runs pretty hard. So, and if it doesn't run, your stops are so tight, so it doesn't. The risk is pretty low.
Do you risk based on percentage, or you go straight lot?
Percentage.
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, but I was just looking at this and I noticed something else. Like, it looked like how it's kind of retracing up, and if the support turn resistance holds, you could catch it back down again.
You could. I personally, I would just stay out because of FOMC. But that's typically a great setup, right? We get, the break of this area over here. You have a previous zone over here, potentially, with all these wicks. And you have a support that was formed right here. Not much range below it, though, because what the hell? Because there's not any wicks to the bottom this way, but you get a little turnaround right here. That's what you want. Typically. But today's a different scenario. Today we got FOMC.
yeah, I think the good thing about that trade was that your stop is tight, and you can really use minimal risk, like 0.05%. And with that tight stop loss, you can actually make 1 to 3, 1 to 4 risk to reward trade.
Oh yeah,
that was a nice entry and a nice catch.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
That's a perfect trade, man. Nice.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm trying to see where you entered, because your chart. Oh, right here. There we go. I was like, wait a minute, his chart's like different than mine. Is the liquidity provider that different? So you entered right here. Yeah, that's a snag.
I entered at the bottom of the previous candle wick, so if you look, 1730 looks like 57.
Right over here.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah, it's a snag, man. Good shit.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Nice little in and out. This probably took you, what, 5 minutes?
Yeah. It had a real strong move down, but something I still struggle with in terms of managing risk is trailing the stop loss down. So as soon as I get to 10 pips on the 15-minute, I immediately set stops to break even, so I'm risk free. But then after that, trailing stops down, so I'm moving the stops in profit.
You're saying if it continues in your direction, it doesn't stop you out?
Yeah, like I don't know what's a good amount to move it down as the price moves down. Like what increment, what frequency to use, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so with me, especially with GJ, is what I'll do is I'll secure 10 pips, 80% of 10 pips. I'll move my stop loss to break even. If that continues down, which only happens maybe 3 or 4 times out of 10, it'll continue down to 20 or 30 pips. And depending on the range that it's in and the move to the left, I'll secure at 30 pips. So I'll secure another percentage at 30 pips, and I'll keep my stop loss to break even. Let it I guess just breathe. And if let's say it's a sell and price enters a new range on like the 4-hour, right? Then I'll just trail my stop along. If it's a sell, I'll trail my stop along the resistance of the 4-hour, the new resistance.
Okay.
And again, that's risk management, so it's very subjective. So whatever you feel comfortable with, you just gotta test it out and back test it. Especially with gold. Gold's a motherfucker.
Yeah, it moves quick, so which is why I was trying to think of a way to move stops down to give it enough room to breathe if it's going to keep going, but keep them tight enough so I can secure.
Exactly.
So it's just, I guess it's kind of like towing a gray line almost.
Yeah, it's like, do you secure or do you move your stops and trail your stops and just keep the same risk going? And that's what you just got to test out over the next couple of months when it comes to gold and back testing gold as well. Looks like this candle's flipping bearish right here to fill the wick. I think gold is just trying to get a better price in here, right, before we continue bullish. Or maybe even retest this trend line over here one more time before we continue bullish. Let's see where our friend GJ's at. Yep. Now, the dude that made that call was James. James was waiting for the 30-minute to close above this area. Never did, never entered. Good shit.
Thanks, James. James, you've been waiting for the 30-minute, huh? Always?
He's a little busy right now. He hasn't been able to answer, but he's been typing in the chat. But I don't know, because he likes trading on the 5-minute. So I don't know if he does wait for the 30-minute or no.
For me, the 5 minute is too crazy, man.
Oh, yeah, no. I like looking at those time frames based on watching price action and watching it react to different key levels. That's it. You know, it gives you play-by-play of like, you know, consolidation, exits the consolidation, retest it right over here, and you could get this buy up, right? Consolidation, fake out over here, exits the consolidation, retest on the 1 minute, and continues bullish. Right over here, retests it, consolidates, continues bullish. Over here as well. But, if you looked at the 1 minute over here, you would see prices reacting to this level. This is what I was talking about on the 15-minute. Some Gafor can look at this level over here, also this level right in here. Right? So I'll mark that off. Let's look at the 1 minute. You see that resistance formed, the support formed over here, and then resistance formed over here. So now looking at the 1 minute, looks like we're forming the support over here and continuing in the bullish trend. But you want to wait for a nice clean close below this area on the 30-minute, the 15-minute, for price to continue down to fill this wick. Nice little retest. Damn, it's 8:10 already.
Something I used to do was trade gold fake outs only on the 5 minute.
Wow.
And trade support resistance only if if a support or resistance broke, and then the next 5 minute candle ripped back into the zone that just broke, I would place a trade. Like if it ripped out of the zone as sells, and then the next 5 minute candle went back up bullish, then I would place a bullish trade. But the problem was a lot of the times the stops were so wide because with gold it moves so quick right around New York that it just it wasn't a great strategy.
Now, well, how long would those trades typically last? A couple minutes? If that?
Yeah, they're not long, but sometimes they can be long. Like if the fake out probably maximum would be 20 minutes, 20, and I would just keep it open until I would get stopped out. But if it rips back up into the zone, who's to say it doesn't rip back down again? And that's what killed me.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's a tough one. Tough strategy. But that's what you do with your pairs, You constantly try to revise and see what's a nice edge for you. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to price action and your psychology. Like, can you read candles? Can you read wicks? And also, can you manage your emotions? It's not strategy hopping. You don't want to be doing that, but you just want to be paying attention to different tendencies that your trades or your pair does. Dude, I miss being in the gym. Going to a gym, having the choices. I think that's the main thing. Like, you can easily, and that's what quarantine made me realize, the fact that you don't need a gym at all. But it's just so nice having the bench, having everything that you need.
Are your gyms closed?
No, I just over quarantine, I got so stubborn with the fact that, like, oh wow, I don't need a gym. I could just work out on my own and go to the apartment gym over here, which doesn't have that much, but it's got everything that you need. Like, I got in some of the best shape of my life over quarantine from the first 75 hard. That's what I'm working towards right now. But I did it without a gym. So now I'm like, do I pay $50 a month to go to this gym again? Or do I just, stay in my home or stay, in my apartment complex and use our gym? But I am getting that itch to get back in there. Plus the fact that they got heavy bags, they got a speed bag in there. They got the cardio equipment. It's a pretty significant level now that I look at it. Sorry if that's coughing. It's annoying for you guys. Right over here where we rejected previous support, previous resistance, previous support, resistance.
Key level as well.
Yeah. So that was good on James, making sure he's waiting for the close above that area.
Yeah, that was the right call.
Yeah. Yeah, this is typically like with such a strong resistance like 152, typically something that you want to be very careful with and not take impulse entries in. All right. Now, if this didn't tap 152 yet, and we were coming up to 152 to retest it again one more time, then that's a different story. Like, let's say this right here. Say all that didn't happen. You got that support forming right here, and you got this impulse entry right there.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
6.9 pip stop loss, 7 pip stop loss. Come right back up to retest 152. I mean, it's a tighter range. You only have 15 pips to play with, but that's something that you could have gotten.
Yeah, that was my paper trade from the morning.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah,
Stop
315.
loss, 14 pips, take profit, 15 pips, and that's it, right into one.
You put your stop loss down here, or
Yeah, it was below here, below the breaking candle.
oh, got it. Cool.
And you know, when we were talking about waiting for the 30-minute candle to close,
Yeah.
that was actually my plan for the, I don't know, last few months of the previous year. But with this year, the market structure is, I mean, it's different, and I don't really find the opportunities when I wait for 30 minutes to close.
I agree. It's way different than last year. Last year,
Yeah, it's way different.
yeah, but you know, again, we can't sit here and blame the market like, oh my god, and
Yeah.
I know you're not doing that. I'm
No.
just saying, like that mentality. It's like I could sit here right now and say the reason I haven't been like on top of my game is because the market isn't moving the way it used to, the way I'm used to it moving, and that's why I'm right now. I was spending yesterday back testing January. I'm going to back test February and March and really get used to the market movement again. Now that I've seen it, I'm going to go back and back test it and really get back to this market structure and understand the way it moves so that I could get back on top of my game. But it's it has been different. You don't see the opportunities that you normally do, or the opportunities are just different, I think is a better way to put it.
Yeah, they
definitely
show up in a different way.
What's up?
Yeah, they present themselves in a different way.
Yeah, exactly. There's definitely opportunities.
Yeah,
but it's just not what you're used to. You're not getting the setups that you're normally used to.
exactly. And then, you know, you blame yourself for like not being when you were, when it was that market structure, but actually you just need to adapt.
Yep. Exactly. You just got to adapt and move through. But the best thing is our strategy, the way we trade, is basic price action. So it's the one strategy that doesn't change as much as like somebody's swing strategy with their Fibonacci's, their you know, all these other indicators that they use. EMA, you know, EMAs are good, but they're a lot of these indicators are lagging. So
yeah, the price action is, I mean, I love the price action because it's so clear, and I mean, you can say what is going to happen. If it doesn't, you find a reason why not. And
exactly.
you can predict everything.
You go back, you look at your session, you see what you could have done better, what went wrong, all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody watch the Joe Rogan podcast?
No, I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it at all?
No, I haven't watched it. I haven't watched the new one.
Oh, okay. Well, do you know Joey Diaz?
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the funniest people I've ever heard or seen. He's hilarious, but he's got his own YouTube channel. Only problem is I never have time to watch anything entertaining anymore. It's all like trading. It's all like leadership, trying to get better. So that's the difficulty of that. But yeah, we got a little fake out right there.
That's the process, man.
Exactly. Always.
All right, everyone. I'm gonna head off. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right, buddy. See you, Justin.
You guys take care.
Have a good one.
You too. Thanks.
Yeah, I like the valuetainment podcasts. They're really, they're the best for me.
The what?
Valuetainment.
Valuetainment?
Valuetainment, yes.
Oh, yeah, man. I love Patrick Bet-David.
Yeah, same there.
Have you read his book yet?
Yeah, the one, I mean, not the new one. I read the 90 seconds. How is it? A Life of Entrepreneur in 90 Seconds.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I mean, it's or in 90 pages. I don't know how is it. It's a very short book, but it describes you the whole process of entrepreneurship.
90 seconds.
To get the new one.
And it's like a 1 minute video?
Yeah, it's also the video. I think that book was made because the video got got a lot of engagement, and then he wrote the book.
Let's see. I'm looking on YouTube right now, and I'm trying to see if there is a link for the book. Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, man, he's great.
It's great, dude. I love the way he explains things too. I don't know. Maybe it's just like with my dad coming from Cyprus and being an immigrant, and like having an accent as well, but like also then listening to Patrick Bet-David with the accent and very on top of his game. I guess I can relate a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, some parts are the same, you know.
Yeah,
you can find similarities.
This might be our move today. We get a close above here. We got that little fake out right here on the 30-minute. So we get a close above this resistance, get a clean move to the left. I might look to enter EJ. Let's check all the time frames again. So EJ wanted to, what happened was it came up, it was consolidating over here and it exited the consolidation area, created this high, came back down to retest it, tapped into it, created support down here. And now a safe buy is going to be above this level. Since you didn't get anything in here, you want to wait for this support to form, which it did. And you want to wait for a close above this area. Again, the 1 hour, again, clean move to mirror, get the close above this area. Maybe even a retest might be a smarter move, but this might be our move today. You have 32 pips to play with as well. We shall see. Only reason I'd be holding back is because I already took my trade last night. I was happy with it, but I do like this setup. Oh wow, Vonderland's talking shit about AstraZeneca. Underproduced and underdelivered. Wow. That's what she said.
Hey, Steph, would you ever read Economic? Do you know it's this article? It's like Economicist. What's the name of it?
The Economist?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Is that a book?
No, it's like this emails and stuff.
It sounds very familiar, but I don't think I've checked it out.
Yeah, it's very similar to Bloomberg.
Oh, The Economist.
Yeah, sorry.
And it's a subscription based?
Yeah, it's free, I think.
Oh, it's free. Okay.
Pretty sure it's free. I get emails about it.
Wow, what the hell is this? Britain is adding nukes for the first time since. Jeez. Dude, that looks so insane. Submarines are crazy to me.
Like I was listening to these guys talk about it this morning, and they were saying that every country in the world owes debt to China, and that China, their plan is, this is according to what they were saying, that China's plan is to give the debt somehow to developing countries so that they can't pay it back, and then eventually China will be able to take their land, and then as it's a dictatorship, slowly take over.
Yeah, that's what this is a paid subscription. So I already paid for Bloomberg, but this looks pretty cool though. Yeah, that's why China is in Africa. China owns all of Africa now.
It's crazy.
They're spreading their tentacles of communism, and it's not good, and it's spreading here.
Yeah, they're more powerful than the US at this stage.
I don't like to think about that.
I know, it's scary, all right? What is dictatorship?
Yeah, man. A lot of people don't realize how bad that actually is, and that starts spreading in the US. People adopt these ideologies, and they have no idea what it's like. And the problem is they were born here. What's up, Nathan?
What's up? How are we?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Nope.
Yeah, pretty good. Took a trade on gold. Took a sell. Caught yeah, I impulse entered as the second bearish candle on the 15-minute. I caught
right here.
Yeah, I impulse entered there.
How'd it go?
Yeah, caught I think I caught 25 pips.
Good shit, man.
Profits. Yeah, it was a nice trade. I thought it was gonna. I'm looking at the second entry now. As it came back up and retested here. But yeah, I'm not really pushed.
Yeah. What's it called? Justin got the same trade. But yeah, here we go. Looks like we're retesting this trend line. But James, as we were saying, the issue is that a lot of these people that have these mentalities is they were born here. And I don't say that in a bad way. It's just the fact that they were kind of brought up a little spoiled, where they have their freedom. They have everything that they need, growing up in the U.S. and all that stuff. And they don't know what it's like to live in another country. Now, an immigrant that comes over to the U.S. knows exactly how great this country really is, and how, how maybe bad their country is when it comes to dictatorship, or how their government was run. Maybe they were in a second or third world country compared to a first. But now, a lot of these people that live here and were born here don't realize how good they actually have it with the freedom.
Yeah, when I worked in the country clubs down in Florida, all their parents were big bankers, let's say in Wall Street and stuff. So all their kids just out of college got jobs straight in those big banks, Morgan Stanley, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So they used to come down and show off that they're big bankers, but in reality, they didn't work to get there. They just got the jobs because their parents are.
Oh yeah, you got a lot of daddy gets you the job.
Yeah, and they're always think they're smarter than everyone because they work for Morgan Stanley, whatever. Do you know?
Yeah, it's not the case. Yeah, I've always kind of growing up. I didn't grow up with much, right? So, you know, I didn't grow up in poverty either, but definitely not much because after 2008, a lot changed for my family. But growing up, it's like you see all these kids that have everything when they're growing up, and you kind of resent that. And now, as you get older, it's almost like I kind of feel bad for those people because they, you know, once they hit adversity, what are they going to do? You know, are they going to be able to find a job on their own? Are they going to be able to do all that? But I don't know. That's just how my family. I have no problem with anyone like that, but it's not their fault that they grew up with, you know, whatever they have. But
yeah, like it's crazy because like if they were left to do it on their own, they couldn't. Most of them, a lot of them.
It would be very difficult. Not that they couldn't, but yeah.
It's funny though because all the daughters or whatever, they all marry each other, so they all marry into money. So then they make, you know, the two families combine, and you know, it goes on from there. It's like a little steps of stairs.
A little bit.
Yeah, but I never realized China was such a dictatorship until I heard that this morning. Like there was this one guy who was saying that he was in Africa. He's from Africa or something. He lives in the UK, I think now. And he was saying that he went home and there was a big, massive Chinese like embassy building, and there's flags all around his town of Chinese flags, you know.
Wow.
And it's just slowly taking over.
Yeah, look at this. I don't know if this is on YouTube.
Like it's not in the news or anything. I need this stuff. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, because they own the news.
Oh yeah, so close. Yeah, but still, like you think to be more about it, you know.
Dude, look at this. This is something that they're starting to roll out.
It's mad.
Dude, social credit system. Can you hear this?
Yeah.
This is like not good.
Yeah, they were saying that less than 5% of China's population have passports.
Wait, what was that?
Less than 5% of China's population has passports.
Wow. Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Yeah, listen to this real quick.
Ouyang Hallyu is followed. What she buys, how she behaves, is tracked and scored to show how responsible and trustworthy she is. It's called the social credit system, and in one version now being tested, a person's reputation is scored on a scale of 350 to 950. And Hallyu, with a good score of 752, is okay with it. In fact, most people are.
It's a mechanism like pushes you to become a better citizen.
It's big data meets Big Brother, expanding how the government monitors, understands, and ultimately controls its 1.4 billion citizens. Thanks to advances in artificial intelligence and facial recognition, and a web of more than 200 million surveillance cameras. Are people bothered by privacy concerns?
We think the lot of camera keep the safety is really good. We can accept it.
Companies are experimenting with the algorithms to help the government create the new national social credit system. The government also has pilot projects. In one, citizens are required to do hours of unpaid work to get benefits. And scores are docked for things like littering, a messy yard, gossip, even jaywalking. Video of offenders is shown on the local news. And information collectors like Zhou Aini are paid to report on their neighbors. Her quota, 10 entries a month. Like the man who carried a drunk person home. A good deed, she says. Good social credit gets rewarded with perks like cheap loans and travel deals. But a bad score means public shame and worse. Huang Huijun lost a court case and didn't pay. Now he's on a government blacklist. I can't buy airplane or train tickets, he says, and the list goes on. Being discredited makes it hard to get a job or put kids in top schools. The social credit system will go nationwide next year, and few here are willing to criticize it. Something that may pose a risk itself for a bad score and the life that comes with it. Janice Mackey for NBC News, Beijing.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks.
That's crazy.
That's scary.
Hell no. And the thought that that's spreading here is scary as hell.
That's
And
Yeah.
people embrace it. People are like, yeah, that's what we want. And it all comes through with socialism. You know, it wraps its tentacles around. And there's a famous quote from a Chinese official. I forget who it was, famous person, but he was saying, we can destroy America without firing a single bullet. And we'll just infiltrate with ideals. And that's what's happening right now. That's why it's so scary to be here right now with what's going on. You know, I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but I study history like not many people I know. And I know history. I know how this whole game plays out. And it's not looking good. So that's why I've been a little worried about it. But
It's crazy. Like,
it's so wrapped up. You gotta, you know, when you're watching the news and stuff, I stepped away from the news as much as I could or can.
I remember when Corona came out in the summer, I was reading an article about how China made it all up and that like it was a conspiracy theory and that their government is thriving now because the US crashed and then they bought whatever they could.
Yep.
And now they're thriving and everyone else is struggling.
There's no doubt in my mind that they did that on purpose.
Like, it's mad how they could just do things like that.
Yeah. And the fact that I feel like we can't even talk about this on here because I'm posting it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just that's self-censorship,
Mm-hmm.
where you do it simultaneously, like just because you don't want to, you know, you don't want
It's
people to hear what you're saying, but it's scary, man. Like this country has fought communism multiple times and defeated it. You know, Soviet Union, Vietnam, Cuba. You know, we've been fighting it, and then obviously fascism with Italy and Germany, but back in World War II. But now it's starting to come into here. People adopting these ideas, and China moves very slow. They move very what
like
can
sleek, kind of like,
yeah, like they're
silent.
fine. They're fine sending a spy over here and waiting 30 years for that spy to really develop into a really good spy and doing all that, where they're ready to wait like 20 years for something to happen.
Crazy though, like as well, like you know how they had the cameras and all that. Like most people wouldn't be aware of that. You know,
Crazy.
you could go out in the streets and you wouldn't know like that.
Yeah, imagine you know, we're sitting in our home right now and they're just listening to us.
Yeah, make you want to move to the mountains to like
Yeah.
off the grid, you know.
Yeah, man. I don't blame you.
Pay for it.
Yeah, what I think gold is doing right now is getting a grabbing liquidity down here before we start heading up after FOMC. Like it might come right back down once it clears this area and closes below. But I'm waiting for FOMC because Nathan, before you got on, like gold has been ranging in here for a reason because they're waiting for economic data to come out. So it's just been stuck in this range. You have the safe moves of right here.
Yeah.
And then right here, once price breaks this level over here and then maybe retests and comes back down. But that's the move that you want. Instead of trading here with all these wicks, like you caught an awesome move. But like for me, I want to wait for the economic data to come out and grab these moves over here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Christian, see you later, buddy.
Bye, buddy.
Hey, Nathan, was that the only trade you took? You got the hood on.
Yeah, no, I've just taken that one. I'm not feeling very well. I've got like horrible migraine at the moment. I don't know if it's from my new glasses or something. It's killing me. But yeah, no, the lights are just really hurting my eyes and stuff at the moment. But no, it's just I only took that trade. It was I don't know. It's like I don't mind staying disciplined, but it's like it's like I don't know, it's probably still a beginner's mindset when you're like sitting on the sideline and you're waiting for this trade to come up. You don't think that you don't feel like you're learning anything, and you're not learning how to manage and stuff like that. So like last night, entering a trade and then literally pulling it within 30 seconds because I realized it was so stupid. I suppose that's a positive, and that's me me learning. Again, this morning I entered the trade, and before I'd even made 10 pips, I pulled 50% because I still wasn't like really confident in the move. Like, and I don't know whether or not I'm being like really, really apprehensive now. But like the main thing I think is just like it's just staying patient. It's like, but you want to learn, and you don't feel like you're learning without like taking action, if you get me. Which is, again, it's dangerous because, you know, if you start taking action, you're going to overtrade, you're going to over risk. I've just taken the one trade. I've only taken, I can technically say I've only taken one trade this week because I took a trade last night, but I closed it at break even straight away because it was a silly entry, and there was like literally no volume in the market. Like, I could have left it for 15-20 minutes and I still would have been at break even because the market just wasn't moving at all.
Now, in a way, you're definitely right about what you're doing. Like, there is such thing as over disciplined, where you're not even taking trades just because you're scared. You're like petrified that you're going to lose.
That's it.
I've been there, and that's why most traders lose in the beginning, because they can't figure out whether to be over disciplined or like just like completely risky and just like every trade. But
like
you right now you're just in that stage where you need to see it enough times for you to take it. Like, if you miss a trade, that's completely fine. You're going to be taking it down the road. You're going to be taking it tomorrow, the day after that setup. But right now, like, you just have to journal it, and you got to make sure you've seen it enough times. That's when you start getting confident and putting lot size on.
Like even technically today, the trade that I took on gold, I closed 50% before I'd even, like, I think I risked like 0.6% on the trade. Like, it wasn't even a 1% risk. Like, and I literally had closed 50%. So I literally had 0.3% risk. And it was like, but even like yesterday, I was really apprehensive to take the trade, even though the setup was there and everything presented itself. I was simply just like, I was just being like way too apprehensive. So I think that when the setup comes up, I think I need to be more confident in the setup and know that if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And if it's not going to work out, I'm going to manage my risk so that I don't take a hit on it, you know?
Keep in mind that you're in a great spot right now when it comes to being this almost over disciplined, because that's going to start to fade away. The over disciplined, and you went from not disciplined at all to now over disciplined. Now the over discipline is going to fade away a little bit, and you're going to get right in the middle. And you're going to see these setups a little bit. You just have to stay patient. Don't start getting antsy and you know, kind of like you were in the second phase of being in the group, you know, where you weren't disciplined at all. Then you came in. I forget how it went with your story. It was you weren't disciplined at all when you came in, and then you got disciplined. And
overconfidently disciplined, and then it was like, and I just don't want to go back there. So it's like, I don't want to go back there, and it's like, oh, will I? So look, I think that next time my setup pops up, I've got two setups I'm working: a break and then a wick, a top or a bottom wick forming nicely, and then as if that candle flips, that's when I take my trade. If that setup pops up, I'm going to take the trade and I'm going to execute off that basis, and I'm going to execute wholeheartedly rather than like being like 80% in the trade. Like, when the trade is there and I take it, put 110%, be present with your trade. Don't be present. Don't be like in the future thinking about, oh, if this doesn't work out, if this doesn't work out. Like,
you're afraid of losing.
I think I'm not afraid of losing, but I'm afraid of taking the wrong setup and not staying disciplined. But I think that regardless of a loss now, I think I would still stay disciplined because because I think I've earned this week. I think I'm making some serious movement, but it's like it's like polar opposites, you know what I mean? It's like from being absolutely not disciplined at all and like literally willing to lose, blow your account, to not wanting to risk like 0.01% of your lots of your account like on a trade because you don't want to take the wrong setup. Like so.
No, absolutely, and you're doing all the right things this week. Just stay with it. Stay with that that mentality, and just wait for candles to close if you're not sure. Right? Wait for candles to close in your direction.
I even think this morning, like the impulse entry on gold, like that's actually technically not even my setup, but I still took it because I thought I saw that there was bearish momentum. Like, but it was like, it's just like it's like still not in my trading plan. Like, and I'm taking the trade. It's not like taking the trade for trading's sake. It's taking the trade because I don't think I'm learning anything from not taking a trade when
you definitely
it
are.
is. Yeah, I hope.
you're definitely you're building a good habit, which is the main thing that you want to do. But you're learning when you do take the trades. So you're definitely taking the trade and executing on your setup, the one that's in your plan, is the smart thing to do. If you're hesitating on your setup, that's a problem. That's where you're over disciplined. And that there's such a thing as that. So just make sure if it is your setup that you're waiting for the that you're actually executing on that.
Yeah, like some people obviously have their setups, like their setups can technically present themselves a lot more than my one, because when you're stuck in ranges and stuff like that, you're not going to catch that setup straight away. Like, so it's just like, again, trying to stay as patient as possible and trying to wait for it to happen instead of trying to force something. And then like, so
exactly.
I think I don't know. I think I'm going to, like the news comes out like way later. So like, I won't be trading when the news comes out. But yeah, I suppose we'll see what happens. There's like a few bits and pieces that I like the look of. Like if it comes into a specific range and zones and stuff like that. But even with that, it's in a huge printing sideways at the moment. So it's just like probably don't really want to trade in it. Like, yeah, it's just literally printed sideways. Like right now, like if we got it,
FOMC.
Yeah, it's just because if we get like even closes and stuff like that above zones, it's like you technically have clean moves to mirror, but like
100%. We might be getting that retest on the 15-minute. That's why I didn't.
The gold seems to be just pushing into the 1731 area. I'm gonna retest that and then continue back upwards, but that's where I could look at taking a buy, but because my outlook on gold over the week is to be bullish, like, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I might lower my risk or lower my lot size again, and enter maybe like a swing or something if I like the setup.
And gold?
Yeah, I like the 15-minute at the moment here. Where it's if it closes at 1731 and then the next 15-minute candle opens with a nice bearish wick and then it continues and then it's starting to push upwards, then we've got a nice wick to fill on the left side. I don't know what way this 15 minutes is going to close. So
yeah,
but it's still, as you look at the bigger time frame, like it's just printing it's just moving sideways. It's not going up or down. Like,
so like I was explaining this scenario before you hopped on. So you're in this range over here. Gold is having some issues. So right here, looking at the daily, you got right here. So let's get this out here. You got this channel that price has been in. And every time it prints those lows, this is 1618. Oh. Hold on. Here. 1680 is right here. Right? But every time we print these lows over here, we have these impulsive moves up. This was 1,800 pips right here. So $180 move that price printed all the way up here. Now, look at this candle, and then look at this candle right here. And then look how price was ranging in here before it started heading up. It ranged a little bit, tried to figure out what it wanted to do, and then it just headed up. So looking at this over here, now we're in this range. And now the easy move is just waiting for price to clear this area because you got a clean move here, you got a clean move with that wick, and then you get a clean move right back down to 1680 if you want to take that. So
yeah, what are we thinking for later?
So I'm thinking I don't want to touch this until we're out of this range because it's been ranging here because of the FOMC. Am I too loud with this mic right in front of me?
That's fine.
All right, cool. So now we broke this bearish trend that we were in, and now we're constantly making higher highs and higher lows right over here. So now, are we going to be ranging in here, maybe retest this area and continue bullish, and then break out of here? That would be the smart move because you have a clean move here, even on the 30-minute to take. So now, right over there, and then also if we break below, I don't want to take any sells until we are breaking this level, retesting. You got clean moves to the left over here. So now, as a novice trader, that a lot of people do is they end up burning their capital and getting stuck in a lot of these moves. You may win a couple, right? But the smart traders, what they're doing is they're waiting for price to break these levels because they're still at break even. They haven't lost, they haven't won, they haven't done anything, but they can now get these easy moves, Nathan, and they can risk more on these. They can risk like 2 or 3% instead of 1% in here.
Absolutely.
So instead of grabbing these little scalps, just wait on gold and wait for it to break these levels, get the easy move, and you end up making way more on these moves right here because they could turn into a swing trade.
Yeah.
You were to, be trying to play ping pong in here.
Yeah.
It's just you always want to be smart, methodical, and you're building that house. Remember with the bricks?
Mm.
So building those bricks, it's not going to be trading in here. That's
No.
where you're throwing bricks around, hoping that you're going to catch or win.
Yeah.
Over here are the smart trades, knowing what gold's going to do, knowing the FOMC is coming out.
Okay.
Right. I mean,
yeah. It's just like obviously when you're sitting on the sideline and you want to take a trade and you're waiting on news, you don't think like you're learning anything because you're not taking a trade. Like again, it is a beginner's mindset, but it's
honestly like, don't take this the wrong way, but it's a failing trader's mindset. It's like if you read Trading in the Zone, they'll say the same exact thing. Mark Douglas.
No, absolutely.
So,
no, I'm willing to sit on the sideline, but because I'm so new to it, it just feels weird. Because when I've been learning things in the past, I love to do things to know what is wrong and what is right. And obviously, I've probably taken my losses in the past because of a mindset like that and not being willing to sit on the sideline. But yeah, no, it's just that's the only reason why. And I took one trade this week and I caught 25 pips and I'm happy with that. And it's all great, but it's just like, when you're learning and when you're trying to be the best that you can be at something, it's like it's simply like you see all these other people that are obviously taking the trades and stuff like that, but you just want to be like a sponge, as you said, and be that sponge. But in order to be a sponge, it's not about reading books and reading things and slides and looking it up on the internet. It's getting in there, getting hands on and looking at it and seeing what it's like. And again, that's just, for me, I've learned that way always. But I think I need to get used to sitting on the sideline and enjoying. I embrace it. I enjoy it. Like this week's been so relaxed for me. It's been so relaxing instead of being like stuck in trades and sweating it out. Like, but it's again, it's just something that I like to do. Is where it's like, just do something, learn from your mistake, or learn the right way. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, man, and I'm proud of like how far you've come already, and you're just at the beginning, dude. You're literally just at the beginning.
Hopefully.
No, seriously, you are in a lot of different ways when it comes to building that discipline and being okay with not always taking a trade every single day. So so with EJ right over here, I'm just playing this out. I want to get rid of. I want to get a new preset on my magic keys. Here we go.
Nathan, how's the 75 hard going?
Yeah, it's grand, man. I've like so I did the first like 12, 13 days with Steph before I wanted to restart it because of lack of consistency and stuff like that. But like the first few days are generally quite handy, I thought. It's when you get into like the second, the third week, that's where it's like crunch time and it's super tough. Like,
Yeah.
how are you finding it?
Yeah, I found today just a pain, you know, because I'm not used to working out like twice a day. So you can just feel it the third day, I found.
Yeah. The only thing that I was doing that might be a bit helpful to know is like a workout doesn't have to be, you know, like pumping iron, like sweat dripping off you. Like it can be like
wall, like
exactly. It can just be, you know, go for a cycle, stretch the legs out, go for a walk, go out, go your back garden and get a foam roller and stretch your legs and then go for a walk. And if you want to do a little 5 and 10 minute interval run in between it, like you can do it. Like the only thing is like, again, like if you do like hardcore training every single day, like your muscles you won't last it. Like, so you're better off trying to like peel it back, but still pushing your body to the limit every day. Just because you're not pushing your body to the limit, like you're not like panting for air, like you can push your mind to the limit the same way by reading books, by going and doing mental workouts instead of physical workouts.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Not to get burnt out.
You want to stay consistent. And
exactly.
The way to do that is just, you know, not killing yourself in the beginning, but just, you know, adding small increments every single day.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with like trying to wake up earlier every morning now. Like instead of waking up from, you know, normally you wake up at 8 a.m. Now you're trying to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. It's not really going to work unless you got a crazy mindset. But if you deduct 15 minutes from your sleep every single week, it's going to be much more attainable.
Yeah, like slowly add things in, like
100%.
Yeah, like today when I was doing my workout, I had that thought, like, if I keep going on like this, I might burn out, you know?
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You're going to get
It's always a thought, like, of course it is, but you just have to realize that it's not about, like, busting your guts to where you, like, literally, you can't move in your bed every night and your back's hurting you and everything's hurting you. You're better off just trying to, if you can't do a workout on a specific day, like, still get out and try and just walk out, stretch out the legs. And one thing I was doing, I think Raquel's that was talking about it as well, was like doing Pilates and stuff like that. Like you can technically do a Pilates session and it's just as beneficial for your core and your back as lifting some weights is, you know?
Absolutely.
I might try that, actually. That's a good idea.
It's really good, man, because I finish work kind of late. Like, so if I'm working really, really late and I've done a workout, like done a dumbbell session in the morning, like, and I want to go out and do a spin on the bike and it's too dark and I'm not going to go out and do it, just do a Pilates session instead and it's just as good, as I said.
Yeah.
So I'm going to wait. So obviously the 4 hour is going to be closing above this area over here. I'm going to wait for the new 4 hour to create its bottom wick, and then it'll probably continue bullish. And if it continues bullish, I'm completely fine missing this. You know, I already took a nice trade last night. Got like 45 pips, and that's it. If I miss this, that's fine. But I'm waiting for the 9 o'clock close or the 8 o'clock close for price to continue down, retest, close bullish, and maybe take this throughout the day and hold this as like an intraday trade. But that's the discipline it takes where it's like, all right, you already took a trade last night. Just sit back and wait for the retest instead of taking impulse entries.
I like the way GJ is setting up now. Under 15 minutes?
Yep. Yeah, wanted to come back down and retest this area. Problem is, this is
It's choppy, but like looks like there's some volume slowly coming in.
100%. So let's see what EJ does over here. Maybe it'll retest this area over here. Close bullish. Over here. Start coming up. That'd be a nice move. But if I miss it, I miss it.
Is there any reason why you're looking for a retest or?
Yeah, because like I said, I already took my trade last night and got good profits. And for this, I'm just waiting for the retest because, you know, the 4 hour just closed at 9 a.m. So this new 4 hour needs to form a new bottom wick before it continues up. If it continues up, I'm fine missing it, right? But like if
I'm trading on the 30 minutes, is it okay if I like was already to enter?
Well, the thing is, like, you're kind of buying it. Like, how many pips did this move? This moved about 6-7 pips. Actually, about 8 pips right over here. So right here,
After I'm waiting for it to close, like the first bullish candle to close.
this is the first bullish.
Yeah. So I would say like enter after that candle closes, like on the next candle, and then let it like mirror the left.
You could, but me typically, I'd like to wait for the retest if it closed that high. If it closed around here, I would have entered it. But now that it's over here, I'm just gonna wait for a little bottom wick to be formed, and then I'll take this out.
Okay.
It just comes with seeing pairs enough.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it does. You know what it does around 9 o'clock. And, you know, there are those situations where it just continues up. And the 4 hour doesn't even create a bottom wick. But let's look at the previous 4 hour candles. These 4 hour candles left a bottom wick over here. This one barely did, but it was pushing up from a support over here on the 1 hour.
Okay, that starts to make sense because like before, like I never understood why you guys used to like look at the higher time frames when you were trading like a lower time frame. But I guess like I kind of understand that like you're kind of waiting for that bottom wick to form.
Yep. They're all connected.
Yeah.
All connected. That's why I always say, like in your trading plan, you should have a little reminder there. Check all time frames real quick before you enter a trade. So say I wanted to enter right now, I'm going to check over the daily real quick. Okay, the daily form support over here tapped into this area. It should be continuing up to retest these highs and continue bullish. The 4 hour right here, this was a previous support. It's closing back into the range over here. This could have been a fake out liquidity grab after retesting this consolidation area, and then it's continuing bullish. But with me right now, I just want to, since I already took my trade, I'm just going to wait for the little retest or a wick to form down here.
Okay.
And again, if you miss it, you miss it. That's completely fine.
Yeah.
That's the main thing I'm trying to develop for you guys is your mindset and being completely okay with missing a trade or being completely okay with any decision that you make. And on your trading plan, what you should do is write down this question for yourself. Am I proud of the decisions that I made during this session? Right? And you go back on your session, you're like, okay, I secured risk when I needed to. If I lost a trade, I didn't over risk, I didn't over trade, did all that stuff. And as long as you do that, you're going to be a pretty good trader. If you can answer that question every single day saying, yeah, I'm proud of the decisions I made. If I miss a trade, I'm fine with it. I can always catch it tomorrow.
Do you like look for a specific number of trades per day, like max, like 2?
Yeah,
per day?
yeah. I give myself 2 trades a day.
Okay.
Yeah, once you go through the full course, we'll hop on another Zoom and really put together the trading plan for you.
Yeah.
See how this candle's starting to come down now?
Yeah, so I guess it's making that bottom wick.
Yep. Dude, the game is wait.
Yeah.
You know, you get paid to wait in this game.
Yeah. Because the new 4 hour can really make a bigger bottom wick, and you
Exactly.
that. So
Exactly. And then if we get candles closing in our direction too, which is even better
yeah.
instead of an impulse entry, that's even better. And that's what I'm waiting
Yeah.
for. We waited 3 hours for this. I'm not going to blow it by taking an impulse entry just because we got that clean move right here. This just
You're gonna wait
happened,
for it to
I
close
believe,
bullish,
because
right?
of the AstraZeneca news. And now it's starting to correct it. And if you go back and look at these hard impulsive moves, they normally come up incorrect. Hard impulsive move comes up and corrects it. This looks very similar to what's going on right now, right? This hard impulsive move, consolidation, hard impulsive move, corrected the whole move. It's taking a little bit longer over here, but you got the consolidation, hard push down, correct the whole move. So let's see what we do over here. I've seen this setup too, where this wick kind of this rejection wick over here kind of gets filled, if you want to call it that, and then we start to turn around. Right, we start getting that bullish confirmation, get this high formed up here about 10 pips above resistance, and we could possibly retest that and then continue bullish. We should be.
What's the tool on TradingView for the trade that you guys use that shows the profit and the stop loss?
Oh yeah, that's big. So that's the long position. So you're gonna go over here.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah. So you want to create this toolbar up here of all the ones you use instead of going through these, just trying to pick what you want.
Yeah, that's the one I couldn't find. So
Yeah.
I guess I'll just add that one then.
There you go. We got a lot on here. So this is what we're going to start using next week. Right here. This is really going to work. So once you get this, price starts coming up here. And then you're good. This is where we're going to enter, guys.
Please don't.
I thought you were being serious there for a second.
I was back on the bullseye.
We're going to start working on that strategy soon. How about this one? Like what? People actually trade like that. And I'm not saying anything's bad about it. Like, some strategies work, but you just want to make sure that you know how candles print. You can read price action first. All right. You guys got plans today?
Deliveries.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Uber.
Yes, sir. Yo, this app is life, man.
What, Uber?
Yeah, there's no way you can just download something. I can just literally make like it's something like $20 an hour. Just
Yeah.
downloading a random app.
Yep.
It's just
Yeah, man. I've been there.
yeah, I love it.
Easy money.
Yeah. Literally bringing bags from the restaurant to a door, man. Since it's COVID, you just drop it in front of the door. People don't even want to see you.
That's
It's
awesome.
crazy. And like some people, like when they some people open the door and they kind of like try to pick the bag, but stay like away from you. Some people are really scared for some reason.
Break.
Yeah.
Some people are crazy. Yeah, man, that's one of the easiest things. But the only thing, you ever drive people?
No, I can't. My car's too old.
That's right. Yeah. So I was driving people, and sometimes I'd find myself all over the state, and I'd have to drive my ass back home. It was a pain in the ass, but such easy money. I love the long drives because you make like $70 in an hour.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's less than that for for Uber Eats.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd like to have to like handle people. How is it with the people? Like, is there a lot of?
It depends on you and your personality. I'm a big believer in that. So if you're like an asshole, you're gonna run into a lot of problems, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's for
if
sure.
you're like a good person, you make conversation with people. Some people you can pick up on people easily. Some people don't want to talk that much. Some people, do. It's the same thing with these live streams. Some people don't like to talk too much, and some people like to add their analysis and add to the discussion, stuff like that. But you could pick up on people easily, and if they don't want to talk, you just throw the music on, and that's fine. You say hello, you make a quick conversation. They don't want to talk, you're done.
Makes sense.
Drop them off. If they want to talk your ear off, sometimes it's annoying, but you damn, I haven't done that so long. That was tough, man. My schedule back then, waking up 4 a.m., driving people till 8, going into the office, making sales, stuff like that, then going to the gym, then driving till 10, 11 at night, doing the whole thing over again the next day.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, and that's hustling right there.
Tough sledding. So I'm just analyzing the 5-minute right now and seeing when a good opportunity to take this trade would be. So we're rejecting this area with this candle, this previous 5-minute candle. I'm taking this based on the 15-minute, but we keep rejecting this area. So if we form support here, we start continuing bullish. Might be a good opportunity to take a trade, but it looks like we got to see what happens over here on the 5-minute. We want candles to close in our direction. On the 15-minute, excuse me. But I am starving right now. I'm going to end the stream, and I'm going to send like screenshots of like what I'm thinking, what's going to be happening, and just keep you guys updated. If this is anybody looking to take this trade?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Okay, cool. Yes, I'll just send it into the New York session. If I do end up like planning it and taking it, and I see the setup that I like, then I'll throw it in there, and we'll be going back and forth. All right, brother. Oh, wait a minute. I wanted to talk to you about your trade this morning.
From yesterday, maybe.
Hold on. London session.
Probably in the London.
Right here.
Oh, it was just actually my viewpoint on the GJ.
Okay, cool.
Actually take it, but it's just, could take advantage of that, but I didn't like the range.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could have anticipated, price coming up. Clean move to the left, price retesting this area over here and passing the high. This is a very weak candle. So when you're taking impulse entries, make sure that this candle that you're passing is weak. If this was a stronger bearish candle with a resistance right here, then you might not want to. You want to wait for the candle to close above resistance. But with a weak bearish candle like that and a rejection of the previous resistance, this is a very valid impulse entry right here on the, what is this, the 1 hour?
This is actually the 4 hour. I mean, I was looking at it on the lower time frames.
Even better.
Analysis was the easiest to do on the 4 hour.
Even better, man. So, but guys, have a great day. Guys, get the most out of yourself today. I don't know if you guys watched the Asian breakdown, but I gave you guys a little message in there for, how to get the most out of your day. Make sure you're planning and make sure that you're also planning your mornings and planning your nights, because it makes it much easier for you to plan the middle of your day. The middle of your day is controlled if you can control both of those. So get the most out of your mornings, maybe work out, get that cold shower in if you want. But do the things that you should be doing in the back of your head every single day. And you're going to be very proud of yourself. You're going to start to build confidence. You're going to feel like a different person. But it's very, very hard. Not many people get to that point. Why do you think people like Michael Jordan, LeBron, all these people are so confident in themselves? Because they listen to themselves. They keep the promises that they make to themselves, and they get to that level of greatness. And that's where we want to be in this group. Nothing short of that. So, guys, have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early. And Mateo, I'll keep you posted on this. Obviously,
all right.
With the move. So, guys, have a great one. All right.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. And
tomorrow.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Good workout too.
Yeah. You too. Bye.
Yep.